Hare Krishna. All right. Let's show Gurudev his books. Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Taralaya Bolo Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tada Bhaktaya Namo Namah. Bandeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanuga Pravaram Brajara Rasikang Cha Narayanang Tang Prapanam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindho Bevacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Mahabodanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namah. Nityananda Namastubhyam Premananda Pradhayane Kalo Kalmasanasaya Janavapataye Namah. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vrindaye Tulasti Devai Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namo. Varashi Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Gurudeva ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Samasta Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Sapashad Gaur Hari ki Jai, Gaunityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari 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 Vo. Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna. All right, today we are opening Gurudev, his presents for our Gurudev, his own words. So we are following what we heard from Gopanandini Mataji. Right? Gurudev said, if you remember me, I will be there. So how do we remember him? By hearing his words, right? By remembering his words, by serving his teachings, and by offering them to him. This is the best method of remembrance. When we worship Krishna, what do we have to offer him? It's described the soul is like a light, Jyoti, and God is like the sun. So if we offer the soul to God, what are we offering? A little particle of light to the source of all light? The finite consciousness to the infinite consciousness? Who are we and what can we offer? But the special power of Bhakti is that by offering ourselves to Krishna, we come in contact with the infinite source of all love, of all beauty, of all grace, of all sweetness. This is what's described by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So Bhakti is the natural state of life. Bhakti is natural. No Bhakti is no natural, not natural. We should follow organic, right? Nowadays there's a movement towards organic, right? We should be organic. Natural. What is that? Bhakti Yoga. Ultimate organic life. Pure life. Like when you go to South America, Pura Vida. Right? Pure life. Right? Purity. Our Gurudev emphasized that purity with the idea of pure devotion, pure bhakti. The very soft, beautiful, sweet thing. And it's an offering of the heart. So it's a very simple, easy process. If you study the Gita, Krishna describes it as very easy. Not easy, but natural. Meaning Gurudev said, if you're simple, it's very simple. So our life is complicated because of so many different things. But if we uncomplicate things and just follow the simple tenets of bhakti, then life becomes very easy. Simple, sweet. Gurudev said, very simple, sweet, easy process. I've been talking about this the last week or so because people are writing me, oh, bhakti is too hard. I don't know if I can do it. I might have to give up, become a materialist. I said, what does it mean to be I don't know what it means, be a materialist, be a spiritualist. It's like we complicate things. Eating, sleeping, is that materialism? oh, I'm eating and I'm sleeping and I'm walking around and I have a family. That's material life. No, it's not. If you add bhakti, everything becomes spiritual life. Add bhakti. Then turn everything into bhakti. Family for Krishna. Right? Vrindavan is all Krishna's family, Krishna's associates. They're not rejecting anything. They're adding the one. And then everything is more meaningful. I've been talking about that also, that bhakti is the multiplying process of spiritual life. There are many types of spiritual life. Addition, subtraction, division. Neti, neti, neti. Give up this, give up that, give up this. Rules and regulation. You're bad, you're bogus, you're going to hell unless you follow this religion or not. Right? God loves you, but if you don't follow him, you're going to hell forever. Negation, fear. And it helps people. Oh no, I better worship God because otherwise I'm going to hell forever. So it's okay, maybe it's helpful for some people, right? But our process is not negation, not subtraction, not division, not even addition. Our process of bhakti is multiplication. Super multiplication. Right? The jiva is small, like 1/10,000th of a hair. This is described in the scripture. If you take the tip of your hair, right? You have a knife that can you cut it with your scissors, Mallory? Okay, so she has such an expert hand, so precise with lasers that she can cut one tip of a hair into 1,000 tips, and then one of those tips into another 1,000 tips. 1/10,000th. It'll take you a while, but you can do it. I have faith in you. That's the Atma, but it's very subtle. This is to say it's very subtle, it's very finite, but it's very powerful. Why? Because it has infinite capacity to love and serve when it comes in contact with that infinite source of beauty, love, sweetness, service, which is Sri Krishna. Right? So that little thing becomes very special. And all of Srimati Radhika's energy, she is Kriya Shakti, the energy of Krishna and the pleasure potency of Krishna. When you come into alignment with Srimati Radhika to serve your beloved Sri Krishna, then you have infinite reservoir of energy with which to serve. So the little spark becomes infinitely capable, so powerful, so capable that it can conquer Krishna. Ajita Jito. Krishna is, you cannot defeat him. Any of the demons defeated Krishna? Putana, Trinavarta, Sakadasur, Bakasur, so many powerful demons. Krishna easily defeated them. But yet by bhakti, his mother bound him with a rope and said, stay, naughty boy. By bhakti, she sat him down and went and saved the milk. So bhakti is so powerful that it is able to conquer Krishna, who is inconquerable. Why? Because that little spark, which is the Atma, when you offer it, you come in connection to that whole, the unity, yoga, connection with your own individual spirit, with the Supreme Spirit. That's so beautiful. The other side is very difficult. Bhakti is easy. Gyan marg, knowledge, mysticism, yoga. Without bhakti is very dry, very hard. Krishna says, klesho dikataras, very difficult. Void, I will go to the void and I will reach the void. And it's all like, I tell people, like some impersonalists are there, but if you go into their houses and their rooms, they'll have Radha Krishna pictures. I know many. They have Radha Krishna pictures. And I say, why? Why don't you worship a blank white space or a blank black space? Worship nothing. You are nothing. We're all becoming nothing. So your house should be full of nothing, and you should wear nothing and be nothing and nothing, nothing, nothing. Right? We're not going towards nothingness. We're going to the true essence of everything. Or Gurudev would say beyond nirvana. So Krishna bhakti is very beautiful, very simple. You can lay in your bed and do perfect bhakti. How? Meditate on Krishna, sing about Krishna, speak about Krishna. It's very simple. Not a difficult process. But we have to follow the process, and gradually we'll come through challenges in life. But that's another time, another story. Right? Challenges are there, but this is how we grow. We have challenges, right? Anyone ever have challenges in life? Malini's never had any challenge in life. Right? But, oh, you do? Okay. I'm joking. Vrindavan never had challenges. So challenges may come, but if you simply follow the process of bhakti, Krishna gives different levels of bhakti. He says, simply remember me, think of me. Manmana bhava, simply think of me. The Bhagavatam says it's so easy that you can even hate God and get liberation. Krishna says you can even hate me. Like for Christians, they say, don't take his name in vain. Right? But in bhakti, it said, even if you joke about Krishna, Krishna, right? If you make jokes about Krishna, make fun of Krishna, you get benefit. Stolayam helayam va. Even if you're making fun or joking about Krishna, But like, haha Krishna, eventually it becomes, oh Krishna. Right? Eventually you're rolling on the ground in ecstasy and the joke's on you? No. Joke's on no one. Right? Hasya ras. Joke is on, hasya ras means laughter. So good. Krishna says, oh good, you're making fun of me? No problem. I'm not disturbed by you making fun of me. Why? He's God. He doesn't care if his children, like, we're not meant to do that. But the point is, even if you make fun of Krishna's names, right? It's said that you still get the benefit. Kamsa, he was always thinking of Krishna with hatred, malice, but he got liberation. So how simple is bhakti? But this is not bhakti. The gopis, they think with love. But the Bhagavatam says, even if you think of Krishna with anger, with malice, just think of Krishna, you get liberation. But what do we want? Like the love of Mother Yashoda for Krishna, we think of Krishna. Like the gopis, we think of Krishna. Rupa Goswami said, we should follow pure bhakti. What does that mean? Don't cover bhakti with other processes. Bhakti is pure, bhakti is supreme. We don't cover bhakti with other processes. You can do yoga for your health, good. You can learn things, you can study. But bhakti reigns supreme. Bhakti is her own thing. Right? Bhakti is pure, don't mix bhakti. And he says, with a favorable mood, you should remember Krishna and serve Krishna. Anushilanam. Remember Krishna and do some activity, some offering of love. What does that mean? Like people say, oh, I'm too busy, I can't do bhakti. In your mind, you can offer a flower to Krishna. Can you do that? Let's do that together, okay? Here we have Krishna. All right, let's sit together. Okay, think of a very beautiful flower. Okay, and you can wave it, and put it at Krishna's feet. Wow. Everyone's like gone in meditation, gone. Vrindavan Prabhu's gone. See? I feel like class is finished. Everyone's lost. See? This is bhakti. Anjali's gone. Right? So simple, so beautiful. Man mana bhava. Offer your heart to me, offer your mind to me. And then Krishna says, patram pushpam. If you can't offer a flower in your mind, you can offer a leaf. Right? Tulasi leaf, Krishna's feet. The power of bhakti is so powerful. It's not about quantity, it's about your love. I'll give you another example. One time Krishna in Dwarka, not Dwarka, and Kurukshetra, not Kurukshetra, at the time of the eclipse. Kurukshetra, near Kurukshetra. All the queens of Dwarka were there, and Narad Muni came. Everyone knows Narad Muni? Narad Muni? You know Narad Muni? Okay, Kirtan, you can teach about Narad Muni afterwards. Narad Muni is a great guru, great personality, eternal personality, the right guru of Ved Vyas, the author and compiler of all the Vedas, incarnation of Krishna, his guru. So in one way, Krishna's guru. Narad Muni came and he said, I am your guru. Did you get my permission before you got married, Krishna? Narad Muni came to Dwarka, and at that time Radharani and all the Brijbasis were staying at some camp a little distance. Narad Muni came to Krishna, hey, you didn't get my permission to get married. And he said, Rukmini, you got married to her without my permission. I'm your guru. He said, she has to live outside of Dwarka. He made her have her own palace outside Dwarka. There's a whole leela about that. But he said, you have to give me some alms. I'm your guru, and you got married. You didn't give me any donations. You're this big rich king now. You didn't give me anything. So the queen said, okay, what will we give you? Anything you want, we can give you. We have so much wealth. So Narad Muni said, you know what he said? Mallory, you know what he said? Okay. Narad Muni said, however much Krishna weighs, get a scale, and on one side, put whatever equals Krishna in weight. So Rukmini, Satyabhama, and all the queens said, that's very easy. There's 16,108 queens. We'll each give a bangle, a nose ring, an earring, an anklet, something like that. And they made this huge mountain of a scale, on the scale of jewelry, like 5 feet wide and 10 feet high. Gold, diamonds, jewels, you imagine, more valuable than the United States Treasury. But Krishna barely didn't move at all, maybe like a half an inch. And they were bringing more and more like mountains. We hear the story of Mother Yashoda trying to bind Krishna with rope, right? So this was the story in Dwarka, Kurukshetra, where they're trying to equal Krishna in the weight of all their jewelry, all the hard work and value, right? All their possessions, everything. Now this will equal Krishna. Nothing worked. And they said, Nada Muni, what can we do? We're gonna. He said, if you can't do it, then divorce. If you can't equal Krishna, then this was illegitimate marriage, then finished. They said, what should we do? He said, have you asked Radharani for her help? All these big queens married to Krishna. Who is that ex-girlfriend? We're not going to go to her. So they became humble and went to Radharani. And she said, first you have to take off all the jewelry. Take everything off the scale. And you imagine Krishna sitting there with no smile, but smile in his eyes. Right? And Radharani took one leaf, one tulasi leaf, and one tear, and put it on the scale. And Krishna was up, tulsi leaf was down with Radharani's love, and all the queens understood. Look at the power of Radharani's love. What was more powerful? One tear, one drop, and one leaf, or all this work and possessions and wealth and value? What was more valuable? So bhakti doesn't mean how much you do, how many push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups you can do, how much you own. Some people say, I can't do bhakti, I'm not rich enough. I can't give charity, I can't do all these things. This isn't bhakti. Bhakti means one leaf you offer to Krishna. Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Yo me bhaktya prayachati. With bhakti, if you offer me even a leaf. What is bhakti then? He said, with bhakti, yo me bhaktya prayachati. If you offer me a leaf with bhakti. So it doesn't mean just the activity is bhakti. With bhakti means with that pure love and devotion, you offer me even a leaf. I am conquered by that. Advaita Acharya offered 8 leaves of tulsi. And the Lord said, I was conquered by that offering of love. So, bhakti is a very intricate process. But if we can offer something sincere from our heart, but I'm engaged in material life and I have all my sins and anarthas and I have this bad habit and that bad habit and this bad habit. Move all those habits aside. Don't worry about them, but just offer that leaf. Okay? Let's in our mind offer a tulsi leaf at Krishna's feet, okay? Okay, one tulsi leaf at Krishna's beautiful, beautiful feet. He's right here. He says, I'm not far away, just offer me a leaf. I'm not clean, I didn't get dressed in my proper sari. I'm in my pants. No problem. You can offer at Krishna's feet in your spiritual, meditative form. Right? Right? Nice tilak. If you can do this, our Gurudev would say, offer a flower to Krishna from your heart. You can come to the temple and offer a flower, but from your bed, you can lie in bed. I'm too weak to get up. What are you going to do when you're old men and women? Vrindavan, when you're 99,000 years old. I told him, I'm not going to let you leave until 2400. You have to be temple president here and guru of the whole world. 2400. As long as possible. We're going to replace your heart and your stomach and your liver and your legs. We're going to keep that brain. We're going to keep that brain. And he's going to sit there and he's going to look around. But when you're not able to move, you can still practice bhakti. When you're not able to get out of bed, you can still practice bhakti. You can close your eyes. And they say, what if I get amnesia? Amnesia means you're not able to externally be aware. Your consciousness doesn't go dead. And if you practice bhakti in your lifetime, when you forget this world, you won't forget Krishna. Right? And then Krishna says, Ata urdvang na sangsaya, I will bring you to me. Have no doubt. Many places in the Gita, moksha yishyami, masucha, I will deliver you, have no doubt. Ata urdvang, I will lift you up, na sangsaya, have no doubt. So bhakti is simple. Simple process. Offer me a leaf, flower, water, What kind of water does everybody like? Peregrino. I like Catskills champagne. Go to the tap and turn it on. Right? It's described. The water here is called the champagne of water supplies. Very clean, very nice water. So that's why Krishna came here. He said, oh, I heard nice water in the Catskills. Right? You can offer that water. These mountains are over 400 million years old. Right? And they've been sitting around and doing meditation. So we can offer water to Krishna, and this is Bhakti. And even it's described in this age, you can even do it by your mind and get the same result as doing it with your body. So this is what people have been writing me and saying, oh, I'm having a great difficult time doing bhakti, and I feel like, how do I balance spiritual life and material life? And it's very hard. I have my work and my this and my that. Nanda Baba would go out in the fields and do agriculture. Mother Yashoda would churn the milk. Krishna himself, he went out and grazed the cows. So according to your qualification, your nature, you should engage in proper activities. Maintain yourself and help maintain others. But that doesn't mean you can't do bhakti. Right? Oh, but this is not favorable, that is not favorable. If you practice bhakti a little bit, morning, evening, midday, everything becomes favorable. This is real transcendental meditation. 10 minutes in the morning, how long does it take? 15 minutes twice a day? TM? What's the process? Huh?
20 minutes.
Okay, so ours is easier. 10 minutes morning, 10 minutes evening. Prabhuji and Radhakund says chant one round. If you can chant one round, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And do that 108 times. Start like that. Why? Because people are so stressed in life and everything's faster and faster. And so people think, I need to do more. If I don't do more, I'm a bad person. I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough devotee. I'm not a good enough devotee. So tonight, okay, let's do an exercise tonight. When you go lay down in your bed, right before you finish scrolling on Facebook, and when you put your phone down, then you can close your eyes, and let's practice one more time so we can do it tonight, okay? And let's pick a very beautiful flower and offer it at Krishna's feet here, okay? Let's do it. Right? This is not imitation. This is not speculation. You don't have to imagine anything. You remember the form of Krishna, the deity of Krishna. Right? That's what Krishna says in the Gita. And you offer something with love. Why is this important? This meditation is important because when you're old and weak, how are you going to get up and do arti? There's a great king who said, oh Lord, how I will chant your names when my throat is full of pus and mucus and a cough, and I'm not able to chant your name, not able to get up. Krishna says, no problem. Right? Anytime, any place, anywhere. What did Mahaprabhu say? Everyone knows second verse, Shastakam? Nam nama kari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatrapita niyamita smaranena kala etadrisi tava kripa bhagavan mavapi durdaiva midrishamiha janina anuraga. No rules, time, place, circumstance, any condition, anyhow, anywhere. You can chant Krishna. Gurudev said, if you remember me, I am there. Right? Krishna says, if you remember me, I am there. He's there in your heart. God is there in your heart. But if you remember him, then your consciousness is turning towards him instead of away. He's always there. God is always in the heart. But we're always absorbed in external activities. But if we can remember him, we are there with him. Gurudev said, I'm always with you. I'm very close to you. But if you forget, what can I do? So if you remember me, I am there with you because you are there with me. So this is what it means when we do our mantra. So Ma mantra we chant, but once you start doing the Gayatri mantra, then you learn to meditate. Gayatri mantra is our meditation process. Morning time, 10 minutes. Evening time, 10 minutes. Sometime midday, 5-10 minutes. And in that process, it's very fun. You don't just offer a flower, you can bathe Krishna's feet with warm, fragrant sandal water, or sometimes saffron, keshad. camphor, very fragrant. And you can dry his feet with a very soft, nice cloth. Give him a beautiful flower asan to sit on. Here you go, Krishna, this is for you. Gopal mantra. Prabhupada says, do 1 round and chant the Gopal mantra. Gopal mantra, if you just chant Gopal mantra, it only takes 1 minute. So Prabhupada says 1 round, about 6-7 minutes, and then Gopal mantra, about 1 minute, and then you can start bhakti. And you can start the process of bhakti. I am Krishna's part and parcel. So my natural process is to have love with the Supreme Absolute, sweet form of the Absolute Truth, Krishna, and then everything in your life will become into perfect alignment. Family, children, work, everything will come into alignment, and gradually everything will be arranged for you to go to Krishna. Krishna tomar hoy jadi bhole kabar maya bandha hoite Krishna tare kare par. Krishna, I am yours. If you can say that 1 time. Maya bandha hoite. Krishna says, I will free you from the bondage of Maya and bring you to me. Okay? So it seems very difficult because we see life from the point of where we're at. And we're struggling and we're suffering. And so it's very it seems very difficult. But our Gurudev would say, even if it takes lifetimes, it's very easy. But you start the process. You start the process. So we can do like that, okay? When you do your Gayatri mantra, then you offer Krishna a flower. You can offer him some sweet, what you like, some mangoes, some chiku, some lychee, jackfruit, ripe jackfruit. What do you like to offer? Rasgulla, ice cream. You can offer Krishna, okay, Krishna, today in my meditation, I'm going to give you butter pecan ice cream. That's it. And until you finish eating it, I'm not going to leave. There's a story of a Krishna Didi. One, Mukunda Prabhu, right? He left. He had to go out of home for some business, and he told his son, Raghunandan, please offer to the deity of Krishna while I'm gone. And so this little boy, his mother gave him a plate to offer, and he sat down and he gave it to Krishna, but Krishna wasn't eating. He doesn't know that sometimes Krishna eats just with his eyes, through any of his senses, or just through accepting the offering. He said, unless you eat it directly by your hand, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to leave. The offering's going to last that long. I'm going to sit here. Please, why aren't you eating? You don't like me? I'm not good enough? I'm not pure enough? I don't know the mantras properly? He would sit down and just say, Khao Baba. It means eat. This was how he would offer the food. Khao Baba. Eat, Father. Eat, Krishna. Please, I brought this for you. Can you take it? He waited and he waited and he waited. And then finally Krishna's like, okay, and just started eating everything. And then he brought back the plate to his mother, and she said, naughty boy, you ate everything on the plate? First you have to take it off the plate, and then wash the plate, and then eat on your own plate. He said, no, I didn't take it, mother, I didn't take it. What happened? Oh, Krishna ate it. Come on, the deity ate the food? Come on, what is this? He accepts it and purifies it and becomes his mercy, prasad. He said, no, this is how it happened. So every day for 3-4 days he did this. And every day Krishna ate. And then one day his father came back and he saw his mother and her son were hungry. Why? They offered a big plate and almost everything was there. There's just two people at home. So everything was on the plate and Krishna ate everything. He says, what happened? He said, oh, Krishna's eating everything. I think he's just eating everything alone there. And the father said, hey, what are you doing? He said, no, Krishna ate it. So he thought, oh, let's see. So he hid. He said, offer it to Krishna, I want to watch. And he didn't tell him. He was hiding behind the sofa. Right, Indian sofa. And he waited. And then Krishna was coming late. And the boy said, why aren't you coming? Why aren't you coming? Krishna's like, someone's there or doesn't understand, doesn't have faith properly. And he said, please, please, please. And then Krishna took a laddu and brought it to his mouth. And then the father came out. He said, wait, Krishna, every day you take from my son, but you don't take from me. Today you're actually taking. And Krishna was very shy and he just kept the laddu there. So there's that deity of Krishna who's sitting there holding the laddu, half eaten, one bite. And later Mahaprabhu asked this Prabhu, he said, who is your father, you or your son? Who is the father? And this person said, Jai Bhaje She Bhara. Whoever has the most love, they're the most senior. Meaning, who is Baba? Baba means who is the father, who is the most senior? And he said, no, my son is like my father. He's more senior than me because he has more natural love. So this is There's many hundreds of stories like this with Krishna. Anyone heard the story of Shakshi Gopal? So many stories of Krishna, where he went to protect the honor of his devotee. He walked over 1,000 miles, 1,000 kilometers, just to protect the Govindaji. No, Madan Mohan walked behind Sanatana Goswami. So there's so many stories like this. So we should understand Krishna is real. Krishna is everywhere. God is everywhere. He's within every person, within every tree, within every blade of grass. The Atma, the super soul, Atma, Paramatma are there. So Krishna is present here also. Gurudev is present here also. All it takes is remembrance. Here, remember, chant, and do kirtan, and remember, and hear. All right, so this process of bhakti is very sweet, very beautiful. It seems like it takes time, but that's just winding up our material existence, no problem. Winding it up and preparing for our spiritual life. So it's actually very easy. But because we're in this present moment, and the next moment, and the next moment, oh, it's very difficult, it's very hard. But from Krishna's point of view, it's very quick. Right? Oh, only a few more decades. And then dancing in Vrindavan. So no problem. Okay? No problem. And in the meantime, practice bhakti in this life. Gurudev said you can become liberated in this body. If you do bhakti yoga, you become liberated at once. Swami Prabhupada would write like that. If you follow this process of devotional service, you're perfected at once. You're in perfect devotional service if you're following Guru and Vaishnava, following this process. There's no loss, there's no fear. This is the fearless process of bhakti. Bhakti is the fearless process. Krishna says the smallest amount of the performance of bhakti. Svalpam, in the Gita, I'm speaking everything from Sastra. Krishna says Svalpam, the smallest amount of bhakti. He says, before I spoke about Sankhya Yoga, Jnana Yoga, but now I'm going to speak about bhakti. He says, Svalpam apyasya. This littlest amount of this bhakti yoga, this pure Sanatan Dharma, Trayate Mahato Vayat, frees you from the most fearsome situation in life. So bhakti is very powerful, very strong, because when you follow bhakti, then all the spiritual potency is supporting you, Krishna himself, his energies, everyone is protecting you, supporting you. Simply you become into the lap of your Guru and Krishna, and whatever is favorable in this life will be arranged. Success or failure, we can't understand what is success in spiritual life. Material failure may be spiritual success. So it may be best for us to fail in this life, materially speaking. We don't know. Or it may be best for us to be spiritually successful, materially successful. We don't know. But if we surrender to Krishna, offer ourselves to Krishna, everything is in his hands, Gurudev's hands. Right? So I'm not making up anything. I'm not pretending anything is simple and easy. You can follow very strongly if you want. Why? You should chant 16 hours a day without stopping, and then dance for 4 hours a day without stopping, and then hear for 4 hours a day, and then sleep for hours. You should do that. But if you can't do that, it's okay. Because I know a lot of people that say, I can't do enough, I'm not good enough devotee, I'm not good enough devotee, I'm not a good enough devotee, I'm a materialist. I said, no problem. Gurudev said to one person, your life is successful. Why? He said, I have all these problems. He said, what do you want? Oh, I want to be the servant of Srimati Radhika. He said, your life is successful. Right? You have a good desire, that desire will lead you to the ultimate goal. So don't worry. You have material attachments, no problem. But follow bhakti, okay? In the morning, when you wake up, Vrinda, you're going to close your eyes for a second before you get out of bed. I say, good morning, Krishna, here's a flower. Okay? What kind of flower you like, you meditate on that and offer that flower to Krishna. Everything will go from there. Start with the small thing, then go to the big thing. Start with the little thing. Little bit, one drop. Start with a drop. Then everything will come. Don't try to start with the ocean. I have to do so much or I won't do anything. I have a lot of people asking me this when I travel. It's too much. I feel like I didn't do the Mangalar and then 5 hours and this and that and this and that. Temple life is temple life. But household life, wherever you are, don't stress yourself too much. Okay, so we're going to open Gurudev his books. All Gurudev's books. We're not following the easy process. We're following the easy and challenging process. Why? Because we're taking up that challenge to also help others. So that's difficult. But it's not difficult. It's in Gurudev's hands. But we're doing the effort. So we're busy day and night. Everyone should be busy day and night. But don't confuse that with just your practice of bhakti. Like, if I'm not busy day and night, I'm not good enough devotee. No. You can do nothing, 23 hours and 59 minutes a day, but 1 minute follow pure bhakti. And then gradually you'll follow 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, and then you just fall in love with Krishna, and then all day long will be Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Okay? Bali Maharaja's daughter just thought in her mind, I would like to be Krishna's mother and Brahman's mother and give him my breast milk. That brought her to Vrindavan. The next thought she had was, I would poison him. Right? What was her name? Bindavali? Something like that. Right? She thought, oh, Krishna, he's so beautiful. I'd like to be like his mother. That was her thought. And Krishna said, I accept. You want to be my mother? I accept. And then she saw him bind Bali Maharaj and she thought, oh, that boy cheated my father. If he was my son, I would poison him put poison on my breast. Krishna wasn't disturbed. He said that was anartha, not real. Confusion. But the real thing was that mood. Oh, I'd like to be like Krishna's mother. That was the real thing. And so she came and she was Putana, like a crazy, scary witch, right? But that wasn't who she was. She was that little girl who wanted to love Krishna and be like his mother. That was who she was. That all was just external. And so Krishna said, okay, very quickly, I'm going to take all that poison, and give you a spiritual body where you can always be my mother. That was the real desire. So look, just with that little desire, she achieved Krishna. Right? Okay, so we're going to open the books. All right. We're going to do a Bhakti Yoga challenge, 168 hours, non-stop Bhakti. All right, so these, I don't know how the shipping company packed them, so apparently they were like, this would be interesting. Let's put these volumes together. Volume 5, Volume 17, Volume 26, Volume 16. So we're taking a vow to publish every single lecture our Gurudev spoke that's recorded. And so there's thousands, and it's going to be hundreds of volumes. And here in New York, in this ashram, and online as well, we're making a Bhakti University based on all his teachings, all his books, and all our Gaudiya Vaishnava literature. That's our curriculum, our syllabus. And then together we're going to practice sadhana. So what I'm going to be doing is on around noon Eastern time, because it's a good time for people around the world. Because I'm telling you, it's like I get messages, people from different places all over the world. Oh, I'm like struggling, and this problem, that devotees aren't nice to me, and this problem, so many problems, I'm thinking of giving up. I said, oh, no problem. Okay, if you have a disturbance, come on the Zoom. So I'm going to do it at 12 Eastern time because it's good for pretty much everywhere in the world. India is 9:30 p.m., South Africa 6 p.m., Costa Rica, like it's pretty good for anywhere in the world. And it's not for teaching. It's for just support. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. It's okay. It's not so hard. You can do it. And any question you have, it's okay. And I'll just be there available because this is my save. I spend hours and hours and hours a day on phone calls. So I'm going to say, look, it's limited how much I can talk with each person individually, but I can be there. And anyone who wants to talk, they can ask questions and anyone else can hear it and they can get benefit also. Any doubt they have. So we're looking for these Hindi books. Maybe they didn't come. You order them all together? Okay, so we have 5 new books. In the meantime, we'll show everyone. Oh, there it is. Ooh, look at this, Gurudev. Rivo. Volume 5, 1996. Spoken in India, translated from Hindi. Very beautiful. This is your purple maroon volume, Vrindavan Drew. Another volume 5. So we got 2 sets here, one for the ashram. And we're about to finish 20 more books pretty soon. Okay, get through the rest of them and then we'll go for prasadam. Once you realize that bhakti is very simple, then you don't stress yourself out. And then you can say, oh, I'd like to sit down and hear about Krishna. And you hear for 20 minutes, you're like, oh, that was very sweet. I'll do that for a while more. Was it difficult to offer a flower to Krishna? But we think, oh, bhakti is so hard. And then you offer it, then you develop a relation, you think, oh, I'd like to think about Krishna also. I should hear some stories. How will I remember him? So you can hear some stories. All these books, how am I going to read all these books? But read a page, right? You open anything and it's very sweet. Prem has 2 aspects, meeting and separation. When Krishna was in Vrindavan, he would meet with all the Brijabasis. But when Krishna went to Mathura, he was separated from the Brijabasis. Srimati Radhika became almost mad in Krishna's separation. Tears would continually flow from her eyes. This separation was unbearable for the gopis. During meeting, we tend to lose some of our inner moods. But during separation, we realize moods that we would have never have imagined. In separation, one longs for the association of Krishna. Internally, we're always meeting with Krishna. Direct meeting does not give the same realization as something is lost. So a sadhaka should be like this. If a sadhaka does not lament and cry out, "Oh Krishna, where are you?" then it is not proper sadhana. So you start offering that flower to Krishna, one day you'll think, it's not enough to just offer the flower in my heart, I want to offer it to you in person. I want to offer it to you in person. Then you come and you offer it to the deity and say, "Krishna, I want to offer it to you in person. So you say, okay. Then you have to cry. You have to cry. Okay? So, the meeting and separation of Radha and Krishna are in the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna is the meeting of Radha and Krishna. And Krishna Krishna Hare Hare is separation. Did you know that? You knew that, Mallory? Hare Krishna is the meeting of Radha Krishna. And Krishna Krishna Hare Hare is separation. When we will chant Hare Hare, we will realize how Krishna has gone to Mathura. Okay? Ooh, volume 3. So this is a separate series. Guru Vani is all his lectures from India, translated from Hindi. It's very beautiful. Look at that. Very beautiful. We've done 96. We're doing 96. First 5 volumes of 96 when he got back from India, from the Western tour. Yeah. Oh, we're getting up to, we haven't started Kartik yet, have we? All right, so anyhow, this is a very exciting offering.
It's not published yet, Kartik.
These are all like priceless jewels. That's why we're doing them in jewel colors. Sapphire, rubies, emeralds. We need to open this box also. Okay, we're going to finish up here in a minute. It's still recording, you can check. Mangala, it's still going? No? Yeah. Oh, okay, good. I was there, yeah.
That year he spoke to me.
Yeah, it was very, very sweet.
It was just press, I think. Well, most of it, but to us is not.
So a lot of these are the same ones, but we have a few more volumes. So beautiful. So how pretty these are. Very excited. We're working on up to volume 50 now. So, ooh, volume 2. Look how beautiful. lulu.com/spotlight/serve love. These are very beautiful lectures. These are Prabhuji's lectures. I got 2. Very sweet lectures. Actually, I feel like we need to give a gift to Mallory. She's given us many books. Give this to Mallory. Give to Mangala and give to Mallory. Okay, this one's for you. This one's all sweet Krishna pastimes. Okay, ooh, look at this. Oh, so beautiful. Pass this around. Look at it. Give to Mangala. Look how beautiful. I really like the colors. It's very like, yeah, it's very dynamic. From these books, we're going to make many other short books. Oh, here's volume 1. Look at that. Very beautiful. So nice. So nice. Okay. Hari bolo, hari bol, hari bol, hari bol. All right, we'll end with 5 minutes kirtan, then we'll go have prasad. Should we just stay for artis, or prasadam is good? It's getting late. Everyone's got to go. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Wow, it's an all-nighter. Yeah, almost. All right, these are very nice bedtime stories for you. Okay, Mallory. Very sweet stories. This is the original painting from devotees for this book. Yeah. All right. So, Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. One drop. All right. Let's do Govinda Damodar Madhaveti and then we'll go up Prasadam, okay? Our Gurudev would sing this all the time. Someone asked him, Gurudev, I'm so busy in my household life, what should I do? This was just the day I was reading it. I'm so busy in my household life and all my work and going here and going there and driving. What should I do? And Gurudev said, oh, you should do like the gopis. They were busy doing many different things. And they would sing, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, 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 Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Bolo Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Oh Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai Jai Jai. Bolo Jai Jai Shri. Bolo. Then our Gurudev would say more loudly, Bolo Jai Jai Shri Radhe. More loudly, Jai Jai Shri Sham. And then Gurudev would say, I will see you tomorrow. Right? My heartily blessings. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpadrubhasya kripa sindhu cha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. So Gurudev, please accept this offering from your devotees and more will come. Hare Krishna.